Here we are in Manchester Victoria Station, ready to head off on a train trip to York. This is Manchester's second largest station, and you can see that the roof's recently been replaced with a fancy plastic contraption, and the old white roofs on the left that used to jut out here over the platforms have been taken down. Let's go on that train.
Please have all your tickets and passes ready for inspection and queue. Just a quick reminder as well, face covering is mandatory on the train. You must wear these correctly, covering your mouth and your nose, please. Covering your mouth and your nose. Face coverings worn any other way will not work. They are called face coverings for a reason. Thank you very much for your cooperation. This is for the health.
We just arrived in York and I'm pretty excited to go and see the city. Just heading over a bridge out of views into the heart of medieval York. There's been a bridge on this site since the Middle Ages, and that tower in the distance used to house a chain which they put across the river to prevent enemy ships sailing up in times of war. This is the park where there's a ruined abbey dating from the time before Henry VIII.
There it is. But it used to be walkways. Do you see where there's a gate that stops you from going into?
Yeah, it might have been. They
there.
might have had like a second story because you can see there's like a
Yeah.
line here.
Behind the ruined abbey, there's a garden. Of course, it's winter time, so not too much to see here. To the right of the garden, you've got the Art Gallery of York, which is quite famous. I mean, it doesn't look too much when you see it from the back like this, but from the front, it's one of the most impressive buildings in this town. Into the medieval heart of York, which is a great place for shopping. Lots of these pretty little half-timbered houses and old buildings, lots of quirky shops. Great place to find gifts for your family and friends and come here at Christmas. Around the corner, you can see the famous York Minster, the city cathedral. Oh, we'll be having a look around there shortly. And it's a great place for shopping. You've got lots of classic coffee chains, as well as some quirky little tea rooms if you want traditional cup of Yorkshire tea. Nothing like it. Here we got York's most famous son, Roman Emperor Constantine the Great himself, reigned around 300 AD.
I love the colour of it. I know it's got modern white.
Yeah.
This is the Minster at Christmas.
part of Northumbria, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The minster was built on top of the old Roman fort where Constantine the Great was crowned emperor, who'd go on to become the first Christian emperor of the Roman Empire. There's been a church on the site for over 1,000 years. Here we have statues of the early kings of England, from William the Conqueror right through to Henry V, all underneath the central bell tower. This is a flag from Dunkirk, remembering the Yorkshiremen who fought there. And here we have a Cistercian window created by the Catholic order of monks in the Middle Ages. They didn't believe in figurative representation, which is why there's no people or animals in the window. This is the chapter house. It's got a lovely minton floor, lovely tiling. And this is where the clergy would have had their meetings back in the day, all sitting in the little recess benches around the sides of the chapter house. This is the Great East Window. It's one of the largest expanses of medieval glass in the world. Just fantastic. This is the crypt. I've got some of the old Romanesque columns down here. We also got something a little bit creepy. This is the Doomstone from the medieval cathedral, representing hell, which is obviously not a place you want to go. That's quite scary and spooky. That's why they keep it down here. This is the choir. Now back out towards the centre of the narthex. Okay, and it's time to head back outside.
You said it was really good.
If you look at the menu and something on there is 18 pounds, don't get mad.
You said it was
Well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing the town and the cathedral and the nice buildings outside as much as I have. Just one last look for you there. There's the minster. And I guess it's time to be heading home. See you soon.